Welcome back to the channel, everyone. So today we're going to talk about the luggage that I've been given for the BSA Goldstar. And I use the word given because it's important to mention before we start that this video contains product placement. I've been gifted an item, and in return I'm going to show the item in the video, and then the company obviously hopes that I will give a positive reaction to said item and you will then purchase it, increasing their sales. So it's a quid pro quo. I messed that up. A quid pro quo. I give them something, they give me something. Right, and I've actually got a little list of requirements to fulfill. So actually this is not just that you get given this and off you go. We have to do a video showing the installation of the panniers, include the brand's, the manufacturer's name in the description or the title of the video. Don't include any competition. The video actually has to be shown to the manufacturer first, so I will do that and then this video will go live for you. A video has to be 8 to 12 minutes long, so I'll just set a timer. We don't want to dilly-dally too much. And yeah, I've got to include links to the products. So this is one of these things where, just bear in mind, this is product placement, right? I've been gifted this and I'm going to tell you about it. With all that being said, let's move on to talk about BSA panniers. Okay, so I travel with my bike quite a lot, if only for the fact that I take camera equipment in here and a tripod just to do the filming that we're doing now. I don't want to be wearing a backpack all the time and be hunched over, so I need some kind of luggage options. BSA do their own luggage, but I think it's too expensive for me personally. I know some people have bought it, but with the racking system and the bags, it's $650 plus. And I only paid $5,500 for this bike, so I want a more affordable option. What we've got here is a company called NICECNC, and they make like nice CNC parts for bikes. I imagine that's how they started up, but they do offer luggage as well. So these items here are wax cotton, throw over pannier system. They are a universal fit, and that's one of the problems that we need to talk about, is how to get them to fit to a bike like the BSA. I've done some figuring out, so I'll happily show you that. The wax cotton has leather highlights. I probably wouldn't prefer that wasn't there. Certainly this leather section here is probably a little bit much, a bit unnecessary. However, I did want the wax cotton. I think it looks very traditional with a bike like this. With respect to the colours, you've got this tan or brown colour. Now I've gone for that even though I've got a black seat, because I think green and brown or tan, it's a very earthy combination. It's very grounding. There's something about it. I don't know whether it's spiritual or cultural or something about this colour combination that it just works so well together, like trees in a forest sort of thing. I think it looks amazing. So even though my seat's black, I've gone for the tan. Now the other colour options they do are black, but they also do black with green highlights. Now that could have worked. That could have worked with this bike, which is Highland Green. Right, I've got to remember that I'm not shooting with stabilised lens here, so it might be a little bit jerky. I'll try and be as careful as possible. So as you can see, there's a big flap system here, which secures the two panniers over the back of the bike. I did fiddle and fuss about with how to fit these for a while. I thought they might go under the seat, and the seat goes over the top, but I discovered that probably just throwing them over the seat is the best way to do it. They've got Velcro straps here. You can see the stitching. You see the stitching there, where there's two portions overlap with each other, and this gives a lot of flexibility. So if you've got a wider seat or you've got things to hang over, this gives a bit more of adjustability. Now I've got the Velcro strap there as a backup for. Sorry, I've got the tie there, the nylon strap as a backup for the Velcro. Just see that there, just secured, and then I've tied the loose bit underneath here just to make it look nice and neat. Now that is the principal way that you would secure to stop the luggage sort of falling off the bike, but it does also have additional securing points, and you can see those here. Now I haven't worked out yet exactly how I'm going to fit those, but what that's showing is a little tag, and then you've got a little clip there that you can thread any of the additional part. So it has additionally these straps, and there's 4 of those, and what you do with those is obviously depending on what bike you've got, secure the strap through that little clasp and then tie it somewhere. At the moment, because I was in a rush to come out, I just put a little bit of string on there to stop this flapping about and catching on my BSA mudguard. I could also use the strap to go from one of those to one of those and have a strap across the back. I didn't really know whether it would scuff or scratch the rear fender. I'm going to say fender, I know everyone hates it, but I'm calling it fender, not mudguard. So rear fender, I can have that across there. There's a little holder here for a drinks bottle, and inside you've got a little thing here that you can put over your shoulder and wear it as like a briefcase or something like that. Also to note about these, as well as the internal pockets you've got here, which I haven't even looked in yet, but yeah, you could put your passport or something in there if you were traveling. They've also got these bits here, and that is like a flexible but flexible in one direction, rigid in the other, and it slots into the pannier. I'll just come back a bit. So you get that in the pack, slot it in, put it across there, and then that gives it, when you shut the pannier, let's come around to the other side to show you, it gives it that kind of square, solid looking shape, so it's not totally floppy, it doesn't just hang off in a floppy fashion. When you come and look at the clasps, they've got a little quick release under there, so you set that for your height to pull this taut. So if you've got like a lot of luggage and it's a bit over full, you can adjust this, and then you're basically using that clasp for your day-to-day on and off. Here you've got a little pocket with a zip, and it's very, very stiff as well, very stiff wax cotton. I don't like that. So NICECNC, I mean, this is a classic product. You don't, with wax, look at the materials, you've got wax cotton, some leather trim pieces. You don't really need CNC, which is a thoroughly modern manufacturing technique. They should take that off. So NICECNC, if you're listening, I would advise not having that on there, but that's just what I'm saying about it. Got the brass there as well as the highlight, which I think looks decent. And luggage capacity, I will check for you and put it in the description. But overall, it looks quite nice. I have experimented with the BSA, and I think that this needs to go back a little bit, but there is a clasp in there, and what I could potentially do is just attach that with a little clip or a pull or something, just to hold on to this piece of the bodywork there. I think that could secure that a little bit back, and then it wouldn't rub. The other downside to these is that there's zero security, really. I mean, look, I could probably reach in there, and even then these are not secured. So another thing NICECNC could do is put a little clip in there with a hoop that comes through, a little brass hoop, and then you could put a padlock or something onto it. It could just hang there. That'd be a nice feature. So these are very much for taking your soft luggage or something like that, like fill that with clothes. I wouldn't leave my camera equipment in here and then leave the bike, for example. So it does have its downsides. But what I will say about it is, as far as the looks go, I think it's spot on. And in this sector, that's kind of what we're looking for. We're looking for something that just totally suits the retro style. And if I sort of come round, try and be as soft as I can. That's what they look like. Now, I also don't like the fact that they sort of taper inwards a little bit if you look at the rear aspect of the bike, but that's due to the BSA seat. The BSA seat is fatter than the racking system in there, so there's a bit of an overhang there, so that's not actually the panniers' fault. Okay, these panniers are currently, I think they're $109, so that's going to work out about 80-90 quid. And I think that, okay, there are more expensive premium options out there, but for under 100 quid, and there's also a discount code I can give you. When it arrives, it's flat packed, so the panniers are squished, and don't be sort of put out because it's just a plain cardboard box. Like, the packaging is very unbranded. I don't really mind that because you throw the packaging out anyway, don't you, or you should recycle it. But for what they are, when they're set up, I think they look good. And I'm very happy to have some panniers. So thank you to NICECNC for sending me them. They're going to be featuring on the channel. As I mentioned at the start of this video, this is 100% product placement. and as a reward for me making this video, I'm getting to keep the panniers. So I like to be upfront about that. Nobody can accuse me of anything. But yeah, they're throw over panniers, and I think they're a little bit of a step up from like you could buy some really cheapy throw over panniers, you know, ex-army or something, but they wouldn't have that square rigid shape. They don't have the adjustability in the height, so they keep away from the exhaust, and they probably won't have, I don't know, I think I'll grow into these. I just feel as they get a bit more supple, and the zip and the clasps and everything, I think they're just going to improve with time. And yeah, you've got the straps and everything like that, which I think just makes it a little bit more premium. But of course, they're still going to be, what, 80 quid all said and done with the discount, which I think is perfect money for a product like this. And if you've got like a bike with a big wide seat, like a BSA or an Interceptor, then this is probably going to do well. I think you have got quite a lot of flexibility with where the clips go, and you can put those ties on and secure it even further if you want to. But yeah, so thank you very much to NICECNC for the pannier system, and all the links and everything are in the description below. Right, cheers guys, I'll catch you in the next one.